see here, I said I was gonna make another video, and I am. Here it is. Before any of y'all come attacking or anything like that, just know this is my opinion. I haven't even spoken the words yet. I don't even know who's gonna see this, but you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, whether it's right or wrong, okay? I believe that I'm very right in this. And it's not like you can change my mind. Like, you don't have to try and change my mind. It's not that serious, I should say. But I feel like the title may have been triggering for some. Because I think the title's gonna be, I'm gonna write it down. Okay, so maybe the title might not be as triggering, but still, I should preface this because I'm in the internet, you know, you never know what's gonna happen in the internet. I should preface this by saying, like, this is my opinion. I feel like I should back up a little bit. This is my opinion. And if you don't agree, it's okay. But these are just my thoughts. Okay? My thoughts. How can you take anybody seriously if their fucking thing is like fucking this way? I have resources. I have resources. So forgive me if there's like some pausing. Eventually I will get better at doing this. That's all I will say. This is like my third video, or going to be my third video, so just work with me, okay? Just stay for the ride, okay? Stay for the ride. My friend was like offhand just being like, oh, I'm watching like why raeliana ended up at the Duke's mansion. I was like, I saw that, but like I didn't watch it. Let me just put this down. I didn't watch it, but like, is it good? And she was like, well, the first episode's kind of, you know, and I was like, okay. And then she was like, let's watch it together. So I didn't watch the first episode. I watched the second, third, and it's good. So before I even get into like the other parts, I will say that I actually did finish the show, and I overall would give it like a 5 out of 10. And that's because I just didn't find the female lead interesting. I don't know what it was, but she just, as a character, wasn't doing it for me. Like, I just don't know. I don't know. But she wasn't doing it for me. Overall, like, yeah, just a 5. Like, half enjoyed it just because, like, it was funny. I will say it was funny. They had like these little one-liners or like these little slang things that would happen, and I'm just like, this is funny. And like, overall, I think it was like the cute little quips and like the Duke that really had me like going and like staying to watch basically 11. I still didn't watch the first episode. Like, I didn't feel the need to go back, but I watched from episode 2 all the way to 12, and I still stand by my sentiment that they could have picked a different one to make. That's it for me. So why raeliana? Also, this name, raeliana. Anyway, why raeliana went to the Duke's mansion when she should have stayed ass at home? I cracked myself up. Don't know. But anyway, continue the video. Or like, I just really like the Duke, and that's because of his voice actor, because I was watching it in English. The English voice actor, he got that script, he said, I got you, and he acted his ass off. That's all I got to say. His voice is nice and sultry. I love that shit. It's great. Watching it for that. Also, the Nick guy, when he sneezed, bitch. Bitch you. That shit was funny to me. That was so funny to me. He said, bitch you. Run that shit back.
Bitch.
What? A C-U-N-T. Oh my god. Love that for him. But other than that, like, it's just something about it's not gripping me. And I think it's just because, like, of all the other ones as in, like, manhwas that I've read that I'm comparing it to. And I shouldn't compare, like, I am comparing, but I'm also trying not to compare at the same time when I am watching it. But truly, it's just not gripping. And I feel like if they wanted to animate a manhwa, they had so many others to choose from. And that's why I'm here. That's my main point of this video. Let's get a little synopsis here. She's reincarnated into this book because she got, in the first episode, she got pushed off a building and, you know, bit the dust. And so she's transported into this book. She's trying to make sure she, or the character that she's reincarnated into, doesn't. So she's trying to make sure that she doesn't, you know, again, in her second life. Because the character she reincarnates into is like a secondary character, like background. And that character is supposed to, you know, not be here no more. So she has to figure out who's gonna murder her. She finds out that it's gonna be her fiance. So in order to not be with the fiance anymore, who is currently blackmailing her family, she goes over to the Duke. She's like, marriage proposal, you know, contract, all that other stuff. I know something that you don't think other people should know, blah, blah, blah. Make a contract. They get into a contract, a little engagement or whatever. Anyway, that's kind of like the synopsis. So she's now pretending to be the Duke's fiance so she can get out of that marriage. So hopefully she doesn't. I gotta figure out a better way to do this. But hopefully so she doesn't, like, you know, get murked. And she can live a nice, full life. That's all baby girl wants. I would hope. I don't know. So, in with that thinking, or with that little synopsis, there's supposed to be some air of mystery that I'm not getting. Or maybe I just don't understand it. You know, could be me. I don't know. Maybe it's me. But I just feel like there's better, you know? There's better isekais out there. There's just better. And I'm here to tell you what those better are. So if you've made it this far, congratulations. I'm going to tell you some things that are better than whatever you just watched. Because I think there's so many. And there's so many I could talk about. And I feel like I will talk about all of them. But for now, I'm going to tell you the ones that are better, why I think they're better, and then move on. That's it. That's all I got to say. Anyway, a good one is called Villains Are Destined to Die. And when I tell you, this is so good. It's so good. Well, she's like a college student. She's playing a game in Otome. Okay. Otome game. See, there we go. Anyway, that's all the rage. She needs to play it. She's playing, well, she doesn't need to play it, but she's playing it. She gets super into it. She unlocks a hard difficulty because she's trying to unlock some kind of like special ending. So she has to play as Penelope Eckhart, who is the villainess in this Otome game. Baby girl tries to play it. She falls asleep one night. I think that's what it is. She just falls asleep one night, and one day she wakes up and she is Penelope Eckhart. So she goes to sleep. She wakes up. She's in the game. She's Penelope Eckhart. She's the villainess of this game. And she is this really, like, one of the strongest families in the kingdom. Daughter, but she's not actually the real daughter. She's a fake replacement that he found on the street somewhere. She's now playing as Penelope, and as Penelope, and as playing this game, she can see like love interest percentage, or like how much they like her. Some of these are starting at percentages. Like, that's just, and if they get below a certain point, they will literally, you know, and that's the end of Penelope. So in order for her not to like die, she's just like, okay, I'm just gonna make everyone kind of like me, and then like make one of them 100% and then be on my way. When I tell you, this is not easy for baby girl. All of them absolutely despise her, and like her trying to make them like her is a wonder. But Penelope is trying really hard not to die, and in doing so, she's uncovering like all this extra stuff that's in the game, but like she knows that like when it comes to like the knowledge of the world, she knows like the timeline of things, she knows who people are, how they're connected, things like that. But there's stuff that's beyond that that she's learning or trying to understand to better grasp like the world that she's in. So she's like trying to break her neck, figure out what's going on, how she can survive, and hopefully help people along the way, kind of. But it's just so riveting, like, because she has like 2 older brothers or whatever, or 2 brothers, but they don't like her because she's not the real Penelope. She's just a fake, and they give her so much shit. And I feel like she's like, oh, would Penelope act like this? But she's also just acting like how she would, kind of. So like the other noble ladies are like kind of scared of her because she's called like the wild dog of the Eckhart mansion or some shit like that. I don't know. But it's good. But if you want to read it, it's on Tapas. Tapas is actually a pretty good app. I usually am on Webtoon, but personally, I feel like Tapas usually has like a really good variety of stuff. They also carry the light novels of the manhwa, so that's also really nice. Okay, anyway, might be cool. Another one would be Kill the Villainous. And when I tell you, this is another banger, because my friend asked me the question because I was telling her how in isekai sometimes, like, you know, they're taking over someone else's body. So like the person that was there isn't there anymore. Or like maybe they're like in their subconscious. So my friend was like, do people ever like figure out if that person who's in there isn't that person anymore? You know what I mean? So like if I had someone reincarnate into my body, would people notice it wasn't me anymore? And that made me think of this exact title. And when I tell you, this is another roller coaster. So she's just like, I know who I am, I know where I am, I know different characters, but she can only remember certain points because she didn't really read the book. She just got thrown into it. And again, in line with that, she's like, I don't want to be here. I want to go home. I want that back. And in doing that, even in just the first chapter, she tries so many ways to just, you know, get out of there, aka poisoning herself, jumping off of balconies, you know. So usually for like an isekai, like people are like unhappy, or like they have like a really shitty life, or like nothing's really happening for them. They don't have any friends, they don't have any family, blah blah blah. Like things just happen to where they're like, oh, I don't want to go back to my world, so this is the world that I got transferred to or teleported to. That's okay, I'll just chill here. Not this baby girl. She said, I don't want to be here. I miss my mom, I miss my family. She just doesn't want to be here anymore. She never wanted to be there, she didn't ask to be there. And so this one is like so different, and it's such a breath of fresh air, and it's so well written. So baby girl is trying so hard to get out of that situation, and she can't, because she is like stuck. The person she embodied is named Eris Mizerian, and Eris was crown princess. And of course, when you're a crown princess, there's a crown prince. And the crown prince doesn't always want to be with the crown princess, even though we've been engaged for years. So in doing so, the crown prince is looking at this other girl. He's like, I want her, I don't want you anymore. She's just like, okay, since I can't get out of this, I will be a villainess, and I will be the best villainess there ever was, okay? So she tries to find ways to get out of this situation. And when I tell you the character development in this, it makes me want to cry. Like, she's just, baby's just trying to make a way. And when I tell you baby makes a way, she makes a way. My last rec is gonna have to be Roxanne. And this one is, I'm gonna preface this with like, not for the faint of heart. It's kind of gory. It's got a lot of blood in it. It's got a lot of people dying. So we'll preface that with this. I will also say that this is on a hiatus, and I don't know when it's gonna come off of a hiatus, but it's on a hiatus, and it's literally killing me on the inside. Literally. Anyway, Roxanne is about, I think this one's based off of like a Korean student, suddenly gets transported into a novel called The Abysmal Flower. And this is like an 18+ novel where like people are like assassins. There's an assassin family. You know, they decide who's the successor by like making the little, like the kids fight against each other and see who's the best assassin. Anyway, she gets reincarnated or transported into the body of Roxanne Griases, who is a member of this assassin family, and eventually kidnap someone from another family, because I think there's like 4 political families at the, like there's the king and the queen, and then there's like these 4 families. I think I haven't read it in a while because of the hiatus, but like sees that the brother he's like kidnapped or whatever, and so she's like, oh, I'll take him as a pet, whatever. So in turn, she's like pretending to like be mean to him or like treat him like trash, but she's not that mean or whatever compared to what the original Roxanne would have done. This is what I get for not having read it in a while. That's all still to say, like, their family dies, and she's like, I'm part of that family, at least I don't want to die. The art, I'll put up some screenshots. The art in this manhwa, the art in this, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Like, I'm getting goosebumps. It's so good. And on top of the writing being like top tier, or like at least the story is great, like, come on now. Like, Roxanne, she like tries to, you know, because she's still a member of the family, so she still has to play the part. And I think she's leaning into like her villainous role, or like the role of being a part of this crazy ass family. And she does it really well. She's adjusting. It's not like she wants to go back home. She just doesn't want to die again. So driven by that fact, like, she tries to like, what is it? Okay, she finds her own assassination way, or like her own technique. That's what it is. She thinks of her own technique to be in this family, or to make herself special. That's the only way you can stay in this family, is if you're special and you have the ability to off someone. So she chooses these poisonous butterflies, and does she tame them? Does she not tame them? You should read it to find out. But anyway, I really do enjoy this story. It's really good, and you should really try it. I think I'm gonna stop ranting because I'm pretty sure this video has gone on way too long. So, putting the iPad down, I'm done. And I feel like this is, people just really like it because it was the only one animated. If these other ones were animated, hands down, these would take the cake. Like if we're just looking at the books themselves, these are way better. And I truly hope that, like, if you're like, oh, this was an interesting story, maybe it didn't resonate with you, that's okay. Read these and then come back to me, because I can guarantee you these are way better. It's a 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Like truly believe this. And if you like why Raeliana went to the Duke's mansion, that's okay. Like, that's fine. I'm not, you know, I'm not dragging you for it. You like what you like, you know? We will never drag somebody for liking what they like over here. That is not what this is about. You know what I mean? But I will say, try the other ones. Give the other ones a chance, and you tell me what you think. I'm very curious about how other people take my recommendations and if they're good or not, because recommendations are just recommendations. You do not have to take them. It's like advice. Even some advice you should take. Just saying. This isn't one of them, but I'm just saying. Let me know what you think. At least read like 5 chapters. 5 to 10. Cause or that's kind of like my thing. I'm losing my voice, or starting to lose my voice. But that's kind of my thing. Like, if I read, sometimes if it's really bad, I'll read 1 or 2. And if I don't like it, that's just what it is. But yeah, if something's good, I feel like it should be good or getting good within the first 5 to 10 chapters. You know what I mean? First 5 to 10 chapters. And if it's really good, the first chapter will get you. And that's, for these 3 that I've mentioned, the first chapter got me. The first chapter got me. So I hope you like it. I hope you read them. Or at least, like, I hyped them up enough. I feel like I was too focused on, like, explaining it that I wasn't like, read it. But, like, I'm telling you now, read or try at least one of them. And then, you know, compare it to the other thing. And tell me what you think. Okay? Tell me what you think. I'm very curious. I want to know what you guys think. And yeah, that's basically it. That's all I got. I'm done ranting. I will let you go about your day, and hopefully you read what I've suggested. And if you don't, that's okay too. I just had to get these thoughts off. Like, I literally had to get this off of my brain because it's kind of been bugging me. Okay. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done chatting your ear off. I hope you come back, and I hope you have a good day. Drink water, take your medicine, eat something yummy, and always be kind. Okay, bye.